Hi everyone, this lesson is on smart objects and we're going to talk about some of the more subtle and advanced ways in which you can use smart objects. I'm going to turn my background layer into a smart object by control clicking on the Macintosh or right clicking on the PC on the name of the layer right there. You already know that that allows you to resize and move around your smart object. I can even make that transformation stick. I can zoom in here. You can see it's really nice quality in there, but then if I change my mind, I can bring it right back to the original size that it was, and I'm not going to lose any quality right here. You can see that is the case. I still have really nice fidelity in there in those detailed areas. So that is one of the huge advantages of smart objects, but there are more. I can come in here and add a filter. I'm going to add a Gaussian filter at a fairly large size, so this is 59 on this particular image, and that's going to make my image very blurry. And the reason that we have the ability to use smart filters here in smart objects, one of the great advantages of that is that it brings in a mask for the filter. So I can come in here with a black brush. Let me make sure I've got my black showing here. Switch to black and my brush tool, and wherever I paint with black, it's going to make the effects of that filter disappear, which is a pretty amazing thing. If I change this to white and put it at 50%, you can see it brings partially back some of the filter's effects. So I've got a great deal of ability to control where that filter now affects the image. I'm going to fill that with white because I want it to be over the same thing. You may have already known that, but this is probably going to be new to you. If you double click on this little icon here, you can control the opacity of the filter effect with a little slider here. So I can ratchet back how much the filter is going to take effect there, the smart filter, but I can also come in here and change the blend mode of this so that I can apply the filter in a way that it's a blend mode. So right to the smart filter, this saves a huge amount of file space over doing it in layers, for instance, and you have the ability still to come in here and edit that in any way you want. If you decide you want it higher contrast, come into overlay, and you can make the opacity custom, whatever you want that to be. So from our start image to this with just smart filters and doing some blending using blend modes here. The other ability of this is that you can also come in here and change this image further by adding in a second filter. So I'm going to add a crazy filter in here, just leave it at the defaults but make it bigger, and we can add a halftone filter there, and again I can come in here, the effect's just too strong for me, and bring it down to 50% and kind of get that dot pattern. Oops, sorry. Must have put in something wrong there. There we go. Get that dot pattern that you kind of see from time to time in cartoons or comic strips. Something like that. You can add any combination of smart filters. If you don't like it, just hit the eyeball there to turn off any particular filter, or turn it back on again by clicking the eyeball again. That is a very quick little lesson to give you insight into new ways to use smart filters.